So let's say that you want to connect to the internet. So there are two ways to do so. One is to use the Ethernet cable if your laptop or desktop supports it. And right now, if you're not connected to any internet using a wireless service like Wi-Fi or by Ethernet cable, you'll be able to see that there's no connection right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to the internet. And to connect to the internet, you can simply go over here onto the Action Center, and then you can expand this out. So here you'll be able to see that there's network option right over here. So once you actually click on the network right over here, you can see that this pops up just like this. So you can see that I can see a few Wi-Fis which are actually there. So let us connect our PC through a Wi-Fi connection right now. So here you can see that there's a bunch of Wi-Fis that I can connect to. And to know that you're not actually connected to the internet, you can press the internet and the as browser right here. So you can see that there's nothing over here. So if I were to type in anything, you can see that you're not connected to the internet right now. So let me just close that out. So I'm just going to click over here. You might also see a Wi-Fi signal over here. So I can just click here, and you'll be able to see that there are different Wi-Fis to choose from. So in my case, I'm just going to choose the Wi-Fi right over here. And you might want to enable this if you want the internet to be connected automatically every time it connects back. So I'm just going to connect this out just like this, and it'll ask me for password if there's a password that I need to enter. So it's checking the internet requirement, as you can see. And right, so seems like I didn't do that. Okay, so you can see that it is asking me for the network security key. So I'm gonna add the password, and usually in public Wi-Fi there's no password. So since this is a private network, it is asking me for a password. So I'm just going to add in mine. And this is quite normal since passwords are usually secret. Windows actually hides them out just like this. So this is actually normal to actually see this like this. And if you were to click the eye icon right over here, you'll be able to see the password. But anyways, I'm going to keep mine secret. So I'm just going to click next. So it is verifying my connection. So it's verifying my password. And once it verifies my password, it'll connect out to the internet. So it's verifying, as you can see, and now it is connected, and you can see the Wi-Fi signal is up, and this is the Wi-Fi signal, just like that. So I'm going to go to the S browser again. I'm going to see if the net is working. So I'm going to say, what is the time? Press enter, and you can see that this is my local time right now over here, and there you go. The internet is working just like that. If you want to disconnect from the internet, you can go over here and you can disconnect this just like this. So you can disconnect the internet, and it disconnects the internet. And if I were to connect the internet, it connects it again, and it has already saved my password right over there. So I do not need to reconnect it on and on. If you're on an airplane, you might want to turn on the airplane mode because Wi-Fi is not allowed during takeoff and landing in many flights. So you can just click this on, and it turns off the Wi-Fi, as you can see. And if you want to get it back on, you can just turn on the Wi-Fi back on like this. Just click on it, and there you go. You are back up here just like this. So let's say you don't want to connect through a Wi-Fi network, but you want to connect through an Ethernet cable. In that case, you can just click over here, and here's the network and internet settings. So let me just click on here. This brings up this dialog right over here, and here on the left side, you'll be able to see that there's the airplane mode. You can turn that on and off over here. You can turn on and off Wi-Fi. So I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi because I'm going to connect using an Ethernet cable now. There's the Ethernet option right over here, and here it says not connected, as you can see right here. So let me just connect my Ethernet over here onto my desktop computer. So I just connected on my Ethernet cable, and you can see that it is connected now. And this gives the this icon actually appears now. So if I were to go to the S browser, and if I were to browse for anything now, the internet works out. So it is searching out, and you can see that the internet has been browsed just like this. So that's how internet can be connected. So there are two ways, as you can see. You can also go to the wireless mode right here. So let's go to the wireless is turned off. So I'm just going to go over here on to my airplane mode. I'm just going to turn on the Wi-Fi, and you'll be able to see the Wi-Fi option actually comes up just like that. So there's some different options that you can connect to network to. So let's say you do not have an Ethernet cable that directly comes connected to the internet. You can also go to the Wi-Fi, the dial-up settings right here. You can set up a new connection, and you can set up the way you want. So let's say I want to connect to the internet. So you have a broadband or dial-up connection, and even old modem dial-up, you can set it up using this. So I'm going to set up a broadband connection. I'm going to press next, and I'm going to set up the new connection. Anyway, you can see that right now I'm already connected to the internet, so you actually see this. But if you want to set up anyways, I'm going to click on set up anyways, and you can choose the method of the internet connection. In my case, I'm going to choose broadband, and I can add in the name of the username and password. So let's say I'm going to add in something like tututube, and I'm going to add in password. I can show the characters right over here. I can even remember the password. And over here, I can name the broadband connection. In my case, I'm going to say YouTube right over here. You can name it anything you want, doesn't matter. And you can also allow other people to use this connection. So if you have multiple user desktop, you can actually do this. And once you connect it out, you can see that the computer tries to connect through the PPPoE connection right here, which means a broadband connection. But in my case, it won't work because I already have a connected internet. So I'm just going to press skip right here. So the connection is ready to use, as you can see right there in the internet. So another way is to create a dial-up connection. So dial-up, you can see that it has been saved right over here. I can create a new connection right over here. And if you are using an old dial-up connection, you can create a new connection right here. Press next. There's a dial-up connection. You can see that there's no dial-up modem in my computer, so it is not detecting. But anyways, if you want to set up, you can see that you can add in the dial-up number right here, anything you have for the internet connection. You add in the new username, you add in the password, and you can add in the connection name right here. So I'm going to say YouTube dial-up. But this is unlikely that you'll be using dial-up these days. But anyways, if you need to use it for a quick connection, then you use this. So if you want to create, you can see that a dial-up connection is here. So anytime you want to connect to the internet, you can actually come up over here. So you can come up over here onto the network and internet settings. And over here on the dial-up, you'll be able to see these settings. So you'll be able to click on these and then connect it out. And if you want to adjust anything, you can go to advanced options and then work around with them as well. So there are the Wi-Fi options right over here. And now if you want to, let's say last time we actually connected to a Wi-Fi right over here. So we connected to this Wi-Fi, and if you want to remove that Wi-Fi, you can go to the Wi-Fi setting right here, and you can go to manage known networks. Again, you can see that the Wi-Fi is actually saved over here. You can add a new network if you want to, and I type everything manually, or you can go over here and remove this out as well. So I can click on forget, and it'll forget the Wi-Fi for me, just like this. So that is basically how you can connect to the internet in Microsoft Windows 10. So if you guys learned something as always, and as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.